Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 1st of October 2024. So we've gone from being dovish and stocks and bonds chop at the end of the month or the end of the quarter. And Powell downplays the need for a 50 basis cut, but Bostic says that a further 25 basis points should be considered by the end of the year. So choppy session yesterday. US stocks eked mild gains in choppy month-end trade, while the dollar strengthened after Powell suggested 25 basis points moves ahead. As I mentioned yesterday about the dollar, it's going to be moved back to the upside. They don't want it below 100. Economic news, core CPI flash estimate today for the Eurozone. And then we've got final PMI, we've got ISM manufacturing and JOLTS, which is going to be one of the markets going to be looking at an ISM manufacturing. So really this afternoon is the key economic news items there. Okay, let's have a look at the markets, have a look at this choppy session from yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow you can see the market went down, but it also came back up as well, keeping the market's green there. Price action is still green. We're above the 5-bar moving average, all-time high at 42,635. And yesterday you can see the Powell speech and the reaction soon brought the market back, though. This is what's technically known as a shakeout. Get rid of the weak traders, take the stops out, and then buy the market back. Also had a bit of volatility around that open as well. They tried to keep the market up in the futures, but the cash market dictated otherwise, and then managed to hold at the 200 MA, but Powell soon changed the tone there, and then, but like I say, the market's been brought back, so no surprise there at all. In the German DAX, a bit of selling around yesterday as well for this market. Didn't create a new all-time high, and the market above the 5-bar moving average still, so still looking fairly bullish there, due for a correction, of course. And yesterday you can see the market down, but then bringing the market back, there's the Powell comments about being hawkish and not seeing the need for a further 50 basis point cut, and the market currently above the DP. The high is just under 100 points away there, about 70 or 80 points for the German DAX to move back to the upside. In the S&P 500, similar to the Dow, the market down below the 5-bar moving average with Powell and news, and then back above this all-time high 5773. And yesterday you can see exactly the same thing there. The market choppy, then we get the Powell shakeout, market straight back up, but this one already hitting the high of yesterday and struggling, so the S&P will dictate the Dow for sure with its 500 components and companies. So yeah, which 80 odd % are owned by BlackRock, of course. So yeah, the S&P sideways to higher there. The FT100 stuck in a range, and 30-minute chart, not a lot to report really. The market was just down as the sideways moved to the downside there in the FT100. US dollar sitting above the 100 level, no surprise there. This is going to be a tough one to crack. This is to the downside without we get some sort of indication that there's going to be another rate cut in December. So until then, this market can stay sideways to higher, in my opinion, moving back to the upside. And in the metals, reflecting this silver down yesterday, no surprise. As I mentioned in the alert, you can expect more of that. 30-minute chart, despite the fact that we're moving higher on the overnight, expect more to the downside today. There's the downside for silver yesterday, also very choppy, but in a range, as you can see there. So a down trend for this market. Above the DP at the moment, it's a matter of just whether it will hold or not. In the gold market, different picture. A lot of volume here though, which is very interesting. So we've got climatic volume action. It just depends whether this market can get back to the all-time high on the particular escalation of war in the Middle East there. 30-minute chart, again, down as you can see, and choppy in the way that it went down as well, but not as choppy as silver, and managing to bounce back. Needs to close back above the DP there in order to move higher. And in the gold-silver ratio, what a surprise, moving back to the upside. Bit of red there at the moment, but don't be fooled by that. So we're probably likely to go back up to this resistance level. We've got a long time before we see another rate cut in the US. And also we've got the election in between. So it doesn't really matter what they do now. He did what he needed to do. He's supposed to be apolitical, but it's blatant what happened last week or the week before, and with the 0.5% rate cut, 50 basis points. No surprise at all, is there really? The corruption is pervasive. That's all I can say at the moment, whether it's the UK or the US. Right, let's have a look at yesterday's choppy session, and choppy it certainly was in the DAX 2-minute. So yesterday it was very quiet before we kicked off, and you can expect more of this as well going forward. And you see I have a potential sell signal there, but then we get a potential buy. That then reverses too, as you'll see there in just a second. So that reverses, and the market hits the scalp for the first one of the morning, and then continues to move lower, as you'll see, making its way down towards the close, which you'll see there, and then down to the DP, which is always nice when it does this to help mitigate some of the losses. Prices then remain sideways to higher before moving lower than the DP, which we saw earlier where the market found support, and then into the news market coming back off the news and the Dow, and then into another sideways move. Market waiting for Powell to speak at 4 p.m. So again, this results in the market becoming choppy and sideways, waiting to see what he was going to talk about. And obviously it was a hawkish message saying that rates would not be reduced until he deemed fit. He thinks 50 basis points is enough. Well, he will as a political tool. So unfortunately, as the market waited for Powell, you can see there the three trades there just did not move. Following the Powell comments, of course, the market then did move to the downside before finding support and then moving back to the upside there into the evening. So prices remained sideways into the evening until Powell spoke, which we saw the reaction earlier. So have a look at the overnight session, see what the market's doing. And here we're currently above the DP and the 200 MA, which has lent support to the market. The high, as I mentioned earlier, is not that far away. So 50 points more or less to there, and another 20 points, about 70 points away for the DAX to get back to the high. But don't be surprised if we get a retest of the DP, the 200 MA, and the close to kick off with. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see how the market performs today. Say it's all economic news today. No other news from the Feds or Lagarde or any other central banker. Okay, that's it. Have a great day. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.